I find that hard to believe because, girl,
You
you
can
be
ask
like
her.
you like Five Nights at Freddy's.
What does that mean?
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ty, and today in this video, I'm going to be doing a 5-minute review on the brand new Five Nights at Freddy's movie. This has been a movie that honestly has been very hyped over the past couple of months, especially because of how popular this video game franchise is, and it finally got a shot to hit the big screen. But I'm about to let you know if I thought it was actually good or if it just completely flopped. With that being said, though, this is a 5-minute review, a series on this channel that's pretty self-explanatory. I give myself just 5 short minutes to give my thoughts, my feelings, what I loved about the movie, and what I hated. So with that being said, let's just get right into this review. Also, stick around to the end of the review to see my actual rating of the film. Alright guys, timer just started. Let's get right into this review. So, just to give you guys my perspective quickly, I've never religiously played these games or anything, but at the same time, I've always been a fan of the franchise. Over the years growing up, I've definitely watched a ton of YouTube videos on theories, the lore, this, that. So, I was very excited to see this movie, and I've got to say, it is really bad. Guys, that really does hurt me deep down inside if I'm being genuine to say that, because I was excited, like I said, but if I'm just being true here, if I'm putting, the fan part of me aside, this is a really bad movie. Listen, I wasn't exactly expecting anything crazy out of this. I figured it would be just some campy movie, whether it's the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies-esque where, it's stupid, but it's fun. This movie's just stupid, and I'm saying that without wanting to hate on this film. I don't even know where to start. There are a lot of major problems just at its core that are really hard to even look over. First of all, this movie's PG-13, and it suffers so badly from that. I mean, this movie should have been rated R. I get that they're trying to, reach a broader audience, but at the same time, it hurt them so badly in the wrong one with the quality of this film, because there's just barely any gore, blood, and listen, I don't need to be seeing that every second, but that's the whole premise of this franchise in a way. On top of that, I'm a very big scaredy cat. I could be honest with you when it comes to horror movies. The only reason I even went to go see this is because, I was a fan of the franchise as a whole. This movie's not scary. There are barely any jump scares in this movie. And I know that jump scares are a very cheap way of horror films to, kind of get at you and scare you. But at the same time, that's what this franchise is literally built on. If there's any horror franchise, whether it's The Conjuring, this, that, I would say that Five Nights at Freddy's is the one that deserves to have them the most, because that's the main premise of the game, is that you're getting jump scared. It builds suspense so well, then when you least expect it, you're jumping out of your seat. This movie didn't even try that in the slightest. On top of that, I know that in the games, we see the animatronics and they're kind of creepy, but we don't get a ton of them. This movie actually suffers from a problem that I thought would be the opposite. We see the animatronics way too much in this movie, and I mean way too much. There are so many shots where we're kind of just looking at them. They're kind of supposed to be, I feel suspenseful and creepy. We don't know what their next move is going to be, but it seems like every second they're just kind of out in the open, just doing normal things. The first half of this film, I was kind of buying into it. I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. Then there's this weird little twist kind of thing that happens that basically ruins the next half of this movie for me. And I was just looking at it this is so stupid. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil it. On top of that, this is a very predictable movie. I mean, wow, I don't even know if I've seen a more predictable film, and it wasn't I was sitting there just trying to guess stuff, but the second that this little mystery element came up, I was like, oh, it's probably this. Then, by the time we got to the end of the film, it was revealed, and I was like, wow. I mean, if you put my life on the line with the question, I would have gotten this right. It was very right in front of your face. There's obviously a lot of cool references to the game. I'll give them that. The animatronics look great. The lore is cool. There's cameos in here. I don't want to spoil, but that honestly did make me very happy because, like I said, I am a fan. But at the end of the day, this was not a good movie. How much time do I have left in? A minute and a half. Okay. Towards the end of this film, there's 1 or 2, maybe even 3 things that, not even teasing a sequel, are just left completely blank. We don't know what happens to them. It's basically just these loose ends that are never answered. And like I said, not even a teasing a sequel way. It's they just forgot to kind of tie it up at the end. And it's wait, what happened to so-and-so? Whatever. The main plot of this movie, obviously, because, we're taking a video game and turning it into a movie, you kind of have to fluff it up. The fluff that they put in here is so weird and isn't really explained that well. I feel Josh Hutcherson, he's cool and all, but It feels like he just did not even want to be here or be on set shooting this movie. Matthew Lillard, yeah, it's nice to see him, but there's this cop side character, and wow, I think she might be the worst part of this movie. I'm going to be honest with you. She's in a lot of the scenes, and it's like she's just there. And even when they try to explain the reason she's there, it takes so long to get to it that you're confused for like 90% of the movie. And even when they tell you in the last 10%, at that point, you're just exhausted of seeing her. And again, you're just confused as to why she's there and what she's even saying, because it's literally nonsensical. I know that sounds stupid, but if you see the movie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Guys, with only 8 seconds left in this review, I was just completely disappointed. And yeah, I mean, it was okay, I guess. But yeah, guys, that's going to wrap up this review. It really sucks because, like I said, I was really excited to see this movie, and I thought I could be, like, decent, maybe like a 6 or 7 out of 10, just because of how the premise is already there. You just have to execute it decently, and they did such a terrible job executing it. But yeah, guys, if you've seen this film, drop your thoughts down below. I want to hear what you think about it. If you liked it, maybe I'm wrong, maybe you hated it and you agree with me, just drop your thoughts down below. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and also consider subscribing if you want to stick around. Thank you guys for watching this video. I love you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.